Hey Lair Realty Partners, this is Brian Moses, your coach and trainer. I'm really looking forward to this Friday session, July 28th, at the North Shore Association of Realtors in Beverly. But I wanted to leave you a little tip. I had a conversation with a real estate agent today, and he was all excited saying, "Hey, I've got a second showing on a $600,000 house." And I said, "That's fantastic. Have you thought about what you're going to say to influence that buyer to move forward, to inch it along so that they make an offer?" Because let's face it, we're not showing agents, we're sales agents. And sales is all about your ability to influence. And he looked at me like a deer in the headlights and he said, "Geez, I think I know this, but okay, yes, I do. I know this." I'm going to say, "Well, this home seems to meet all your criteria." And I said, "No, no, don't say that, because as soon as you say that, you sound like a salesperson." And the buyer is thinking, "Well, it really doesn't meet all my criteria." Because let's face it, there is no such thing as the perfect home. So what we want to do instead is we want to ask little baby questions that we know the answers to that inch the buyer along. So I'll give you a couple of examples. And we'll go into this much deeper on Friday and cover a lot of these sales skills in the areas that impact your financial future, right? We're paid on commission. So the more we can influence a buyer, a seller, to move it along, the fewer the people we have to talk to, the less we have to work, and the more money we make. So what I would do is when the buyer's going through the property, I would say, "Hey, do you have any additional feedback, positive feedback that I can share with the seller?" And I'm planting the word positive so that they're giving me positive feedback. And they're going to say, "Well, we love the detail in the woodwork. We love the hardwood floors. We love the granite countertops. Their kitchen's beautiful." By asking and soliciting and planting the seed, what is the positive feedback? They're going to give you positive feedback. And then I'm going to say, "Well, it sounds like you guys really like this home, and understandably so. It's a beautiful home. Chances are, if you like it, other people will like it too. So, would it be beneficial to you?" And here's my second question. "Would it be beneficial to you if we got the listing agent on the phone to find out if the property is still available, if the seller has any flexibility in their asking price, if there's any other interest in the property? Would that be helpful?" Buyer, of course, is going to say, "Yeah, there's no harm in that. Let's do that." So you get the listing agent on the phone, and I'll actually bring with me Friday the series of questions that I ask a listing agent. And I do that ideally in the presence of the buyer. After we ask those questions, then I'm going to say, "Would it be beneficial if we went back to the office and we crunched the numbers?" Meaning, calculated what the monthly payment would be on this property if you were to move forward. Would it be helpful for us to look at what other properties in the neighborhood have recently sold for? These are all things that you probably do, but you're not engaging the buyer and getting their permission to do these things. You're just doing them. So by involving the buyer, you're inching them along in the process, and ultimately, you're going to get to the point where they have no questions, and there's no confusion. And when there's no questions and no confusions, then we can go to the next step and say, "Hey, let me show you what's involved in making an offer in the state of Massachusetts if you were to make an offer." And you pull out a purchase and sale and you show them what's involved, and you go, "Do you guys have any questions? Here's three things that happen when you make an offer. The seller can accept it, he can reject it, or he can counter it. Anything other than an acceptance, and that's what we would hope for, is a counter. And you're not obligated to accept it. If they did counter it, I would present it back to you. So what do you say we give it a shot?" So that's my tip for today. You guys have a great day. And Friday, I'll see you in Beverly, Massachusetts at the North Shore Association of Realtors. Have a great day, gang.